Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Crystal, and in today's video I'm going to be talking all about foods that support your pre-ovulatory phase. The pre-ovulatory phase in your cycle is the phase that happens after your menstrual phase. So once your period ends, you move into your pre-ovulatory phase. And basically this phase just means that your estrogen is rising and rising until you reach your ovulatory phase, which is when ovulation happens. So your pre-ovulatory phase is a really important phase of your cycle because this is when estrogen starts to rise. So you're probably going to be feeling really energetic, a lot more optimistic, and you're probably also going to be feeling like you want to get back into the swing of things. These are all normal feelings for when you enter your pre-ovulatory phase. Because estrogen is starting to rise in this phase and gets progressively higher as you move towards ovulation, it's a really important time of your cycle to start supporting healthy estrogen metabolism. And you can do this by supporting your gut health as well as your liver. Your pre-ovulatory phase is also a really great time to make sure that you are sustaining your rising energy levels, because as your estrogen rises, so does your energy, and it's important to eat in a way where you are not only supporting your hormones, but you're also supporting your energy. So let's just talk about all these foods that can do this for you. If you're new to my channel, you might not know that I am plant-based, and so all the recommendations in this video are going to be plant-based, but that doesn't mean just because you don't eat that way, you can't incorporate these foods into your diet. Everyone can benefit from eating more plants. That's my motto, and that's what I'm sharing today. So your gut is one way that you can help support healthy hormones, because obviously the food that you eat is really important. It nourishes you, it gives you nutrients, but it's also important to support a healthy gut because your gut is how you excrete things. So what I mean by that is having regular bowel movements. It's a way that your body excretes stuff it doesn't need. And one of the things that your body excretes through poop is excess hormones, especially estrogen. So when estrogen breaks down in your body, it's metabolized by your liver and then it's excreted out in your poop. So it's really important to make sure that your gut and digestion are working as best they can. And thankfully, in your pre-ovulatory phase, your digestion is usually as good as it's gonna get throughout your cycle. So some gut-loving foods would include sauerkraut, kimchi, and tempeh. These foods are fermented, which means that they have special things like probiotics in them, which other foods just don't have in them usually. And so they're really great to add to your meals, and it's super easy to add them to your meals because you can just put them on as sides. I know when I have sauerkraut, I just add it to the sides of my lunch or dinner, and it's so easy to eat that way. The same thing can go for tempeh. Tempeh doesn't necessarily have to be cooked. You can eat it raw. If you do cook it, it's always good to just gently cook it because you don't want to destroy any of the probiotics or anything. But to be completely honest, just get it in ya how you can get it in ya. It's still really good. Eating foods that have high fiber is another way that you can support your gut because fiber actually nourishes your gut microbiome. Fiber is fuel for your gut microbes. And so if you're eating high fiber plant foods, you're already doing a really great job of nourishing your gut. And if you're not eating a lot of plant foods right now, or you find that it might be a little bit hard on your stomach, just add them in as you go. Add a vegetable or two maybe to lunch and dinner, and just go from there and just build up your tolerance of the fiber that you can enjoy and the fiber-rich foods that your body does well with. All plant foods contain fiber. That's why plants are so amazing, because they're nutritious and they're full of fiber, and so they really help your gut health. The other thing that's really great about fiber is that it actually keeps us regular. So increasing fiber in our diet is one of the best ways to make sure that we're having regular bowel movements. Of course, hydration is always important as well, but fiber is so important when it comes to healthy digestion. So enjoy your fiber-rich foods and thank me later. So eating foods that support your digestion is super important, but eating foods that support your liver is really important as well, because your liver is the first step in metabolizing estrogen. And if your liver is not working properly or it's a little bit sluggish, you might not be metabolizing estrogen as efficiently as possible. And there's a lot of ways that you can just support your liver through food. So the biggest thing that you can do is add cruciferous vegetables to your meals. Cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, and cabbage are so important for your liver health because they actually contain compounds that help support your liver metabolize estrogen efficiently. Food is medicine, y'all. It's incredible. So cruciferous vegetables are so important to include, especially in the phases of your cycle where your hormones like estrogen are really high, so your pre-ovulatory phase as well as your ovulatory phase. It's really easy to just like steam them or add them to stir fries, and then make sure that you're having them at least once a day in like lunch or dinner, you know. And if you wanted to like boost that up a little bit, you could definitely have more than that. I personally like to like steam broccoli and like add some sauce to it and add that to my meals. Cauliflower, you can like mash that and put like a bunch of like nutritional yeast or something on it. And if you're someone that doesn't really enjoy cabbage that much, a really great way of adding it to your meals is to like shred it so it's really thin, and then it's way easier to eat. You can also shred it and put it into stir fries and all that kind of stuff. Other great liver loving foods include carrots, sprouts, and ground flax seeds. Ground flax seeds are amazing. I talk about them so much, but not only do they help support healthy estrogen levels in your body, they actually help you excrete estrogen because they're full of like fiber, and they help things just move along. So ground flax is amazing. Same with carrots. Your liver loves carrots, and sprouts. So add those to side dishes of your meals. If you want to increase your ground flaxseed intake, I like to add it to sauces. Sometimes I sprinkle it on meals, but adding it to salad dressings or sauces is so easy, and it will actually work as like a thickener. So if you're making like a sauce that you want to be a little bit thicker, or like a salad dressing, add a little bit of ground flaxseed in there. No one will know. So all of these foods I've just talked about are so important to add to your like daily diet, especially in your pre-ovulatory phase. Did you hear that crow? Oh my goodness. So you really want to make sure that in your pre-ovulatory phase, as you head to ovulation, that you are eating in a way that's going to like sustain your energy levels. And I know that can be difficult because sometimes when estrogen is really high or it's starting to rise, you might not feel as hungry. So it's really easy to like skip meals or like not eat that much in this phase. And I know that a lot of people might look forward to that after like, you know, eating a lot in their premenstrual phase, or maybe when they have their periods. But it's really important to make sure that you're eating like energy dense, calorie dense foods in your pre-ovulatory phase, along with all of the foods that I've just talked about. And so you're gonna want to build your meals, as always, around like legumes and tofu, and obviously include some like complex carbohydrates, some sweet potatoes, some whole grains, that kind of thing, and then add some healthy fats to your meals. And then of course you want to add in your cruciferous veggies or your fermented foods, or you know, the foods that we've talked about. But you want to make sure that you are eating in a way that is going to like sustain your energy, even if you're not that hungry. And if you're not that hungry, then eating smaller calorie dense meals throughout the day can actually be a really helpful way to make sure that you are sustaining your energy, helping your hormones, like eating enough without feeling like you are stuffing yourself at each meal. So as you can see, the sun is totally rising as I film this video, and so before I know it, you're not gonna be able to see me. So I think that's probably the end of this video. I really appreciate you watching. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. I always love to see like your suggestions and like your comments and all that kind of stuff. As always, your cycle matters so much, and I'm here for you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!